yesteryear. Now, we're on the date of Chet Nisan. That's 8th of Nisan, naturally, marks the Hilula of a very famous Italian rabbi. His name was Rabbi Yechiel Chaim Viterbo. Zecher Tzadik Libracha. He was born in English year 1766 and he passed away in 1842. He would have been at the time passing about 76 years of age. Very famous rabbi. And let's explore a few of the highlights of the great rabbi's life here on which happens to be Hilula this week. I think the family name itself and the family itself come from Italy. Very interesting enough. They were Italian, Vita, or Vitrebo. I think this may be a word, different names of itself. His father was a great rabbi. His father's name was Rav Mordechai Raphael Shimshon Tzemach Viterbo. Very interesting enough. And obviously, as we said before, I think the Italian name of the father was Angelo Sansona. It's reported over. And his mother's name was Rabbanit Simcha, naturally. And he was born in the year 1766 in the city of Ancona, I believe. Obviously, that was part of the Medinat Pior, I believe. I hope I pronounced it correctly. I pronounced it in Hebrew in of itself, which was at that point in time. He'll go on to learn Torah, let's just say, from the great rabbis in the Ancona area in of itself. And there was, that point in time, I think there was a flourishing and strong Jewish community in of itself over there. But however, there was a lot of anti-Semitism over there, where the people inside that vicinity charged, especially the Jewish people at that point in time, exorbitant taxes and very heavy taxes, and there was a lot of suffering upon the community. Just like it, there was anti-Semitism all over the different countries, all throughout Jewish history, very much over there also. Now, I believe in the year 1780, he was about 14 years of age at that point in time. His mother sadly passed away, Rabbanit Simcha did, and that was obviously very, very tough at that point in time, very much for all of them. And I think it was connection with other rabbis, I think, connected to the family, including Rav Shimshon Morporogo. And I think happens to be from the family, or the Chatan of Rav Yosef Pimita, if I'm not mistaken, who I think was a head of Jewish court in Encona, respectively. Come with the year 1788, he would have been about 22 years of age. He would get married to his wife, Rabbanit Rachel. She happened to be the daughter of Rav Ephraim Prato. I'm not actually sure if he was Rav himself, but happened to be from that family in of itself. And they would have sons and daughters, it was reported over. Then come what the year, I think 1739, there was, let's just say, various different more gezerot against the Jewish community at that point in time, further anti-Semitism that befell the Jewish community. I think it was the Pope at that point in time also forced everyone to put like a yellow hats or something on the Jewish community in of itself. Obviously very humiliating and degrading at that point in time. I would recommend everyone to learn about the history of the Jewish people at that point in time. And if I'm not mistaken, I think that was around the time period when Napoleon would be ruling around those coming years, or that specific area, but I'll have to double check on that in of itself. But it was very tough times over there, and obviously would take its toll on many, many people inside the community. I think he would return to Ancona at one point in time, and I think that was a time period where I think there was connections with those vicinities with the Austrians and the Russians, respectively, and various different gezerot were put on all the different vicinities. I think in 1830 it was. He would really continue with in regards to strengthening Jewish life in of itself, in teaching in of itself. He would do a lot of kiruv, really, really inspire the throngs of the public, especially inside the synagogue inside the city. He would give various different drashot sermons over there. And he would work as a dayan, a judge, along with another great rabbi, Rav David Avraham Bibanti, I believe, and Rabbi Yehuda Shmuel Ashkenazi. These were great rabbis over there in of itself. Now, his famous book was printed in Livorno in the 1830s. Remember, Livorno in its day had a great, let's say, publishing house. It was called, I think, the Yechiel Dagan, if I'm not mistaken, which was based on the various different Torah sermons. Come what the year 1839, another book will come out. His book, the V'yechi, which was also based on various different sermons and Torah works in of itself. Now, he passed away, I believe, in the year 1842. We're talking about, from time of recording here, about 183 years ago. Here we're in 2025, on the Chet Nisan, 8th of Nisan, respectively. Now, another book, the Vayiten, I think came out after he passed away. So Rav Shmuel Pico, I believe, I hope I pronounced his name correctly. I think it was a year after he passed away, in the year 1843. This was. And then I think, that was in 1843. Then other different works. There was a Sheilot and Shuvot book, Shirim v'Hespeidim, songs and eulogies. I think many of them remain in manuscript form, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm not sure if they were ever printed or not. Now, it's interesting. He would actually have a correspondence. I believe the famous Rabbi Yonah Moshe Navon, who was obviously the chief rabbi of Jerusalem at that stage in time. So he was very well traveled and well communicated with various different rabbis. So it's his Hilula here on the 8th of Nisan. Don't forget to learn more about him. And our friends who are a community here, we're learning about the great rabbis of yesteryear. We've covered many rabbis. If you happen to be related or descended from any of these great chachamim, please send me an email. I would love to hear more. If you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, please subscribe now. And if you feel anyone is interested in watching any of these videos, please share the videos to other people respectively. So wishing you all well and blessings here from the city of Bet Shemesh in Israel. And take care and be well, everyone.